Number 43 in the game program, number 1 in your heart.
Passes off to Thanalysis, who rocks the rim of Antetokounmpo style right there.
All Thanalysis, all the time.
Thanalysis has it on the near wing. He's crossing over, going to work, takes it in, powers it up and in.
Thanalysis Antetokounmpo sits down for honest and fun conversations.
He's going to drive inside, right to the rack, stuffs it down with a one-hand jam. Thanalysis.
This is Thanalysis.
Yep. Hey, man. Welcome to another episode of the Thanalysis Show with your one and only Thanalysis Antetokounmpo and Tony C.
What up? The first ever live radio show?
So, I think the only difference is just me and you chilling again and not just having like a live show with like so many people out there with in the stands, but this is fun. A
ton of fun. We're live at the Antetokounmpo store, right across from Pfizer Forum,
yes.
Basically inside the Trade Hotel on Juneau. So if you're in the Milwaukee area, want to stop by and say what's up, I think I'm going to call him Thanalysis, a.k.a. Santa Claus, today.
Oh, yeah.
As right before the show started, we're here. Fans are at the Antetokounmpo store. People shopping different hoodies, different things. And TA just broke out a special that I have never been privy to in the past.
No. I said, for as long as I'm in the store, it would be not fitting not to have everything half off. Like, it's on me, half off. I'm in the store now, and we are at our store, so, like, people just come in. Whatever they buy while I'm in the store, it's half off.
We're going to hear from
I'm having my own version of Black Friday, my own version of it.
It's the Black Friday edition of Thanalysis live at Antetokounmpo's on Juneau, right across from Pfizer Forum. TA, we got a lot to talk about today. Obviously, a ton going on NBA-wise. We're going to have some guests pop through here and there. And we talked about how this is your first kind of live radio, the entire show. You've done segments. You've done things like that. Yeah. And I wanted to, right off the bat, hit you with the hard-hitting topics, obviously. So this past week on one of our radio shows, KBN, Kyle Bruston Norman, you know those guys well, Ben started the show by saying he felt guilty but was rooting for Tyrese Halliburton because of the way he's played. And I know how Bucks fans feel, but he wanted to know, how should Bucks fans feel about his play? So
I said it on the show previously, too. I said everybody in Wisconsin, when somebody's from Wisconsin and, he represents in a certain way Wisconsin, we all root for him, except against Wisconsin teams. So same thing. He shouldn't feel guilty. But I think but he's entitled to feel a certain way as well.
For sure.
Because
it feels, as a Bucks fan, it feels hard to root for him because of just the last 2 years and the way things have played out and everything. Because, I'm not one of those fans who are like, the team that beats us, I want them to go to win a championship because we at least lost to the champ. I'm not about that. As a Bucks fan, he was hard to root for, but knowing he's from Wisconsin, honestly, when it came out that he was rated, and I don't know who actually votes on this.
I literally have no idea who said. You're talking about the
overrated thing?
Overrated thing. I have no clue.
But when that came out, and then he's done what he's done, and he's hit 10 of 11 game winners this year, good for you, man.
I sincerely believe this. I think, it's the overrated award, I feel like it's like the teammate award, right? The way they vote for you for a good teammate, how could you know if a guy's a good teammate when you never been teammates with him? Unless you've been teammates with him. So the more of a great guy you are, it's normal to win that award. That's why Drew Holiday wins it almost every year.
Yep.
Because he's been in so many teams, he's a great guy, and that's based on how you are. Now, with the overrated, I kind of feel like it has to do with maybe he rubs some people off as well. But I can see why that would happen, though, because, just the demeanor sometimes. But other than that, I don't think he's a great kid. I don't think he's.
Seems to be great.
Yeah.
Obviously from Oshkosh, Wisconsin, has just a little bit more bravado. The thing is, and there's been guys like this throughout the history of all sports. When that person is on your team and he hits the big shot and he does the dance or he just you'll love him. When he's on your team, you absolutely love him. But then when he plays against your team, every single thing he does annoys you.
Yeah, I think so. Let me tell you something. When you're an NBA player, you're supposed to have a bravado. You're supposed to, as an athlete, not an NBA player, as an athlete, you're supposed to have this certain self-confidence. Now, not arrogance. Don't confuse arrogance for confidence, right? So the other thing too, you got to think about is that usually the guys who roll like that are the guys who do everything. You know, it's not just like a lot of shooters, let's say example, who make timely big shots would never go crazy just because they're like, okay, I'm a shooter.
This is what I do.
Yeah. I'm a shooter. But like a lot of guys who do almost everything, you could see them going crazy. You know, I rebound, score, defend, I do everything. So you can just be like, yo, he's dominating.
He's dominating
the game. But I mean, there's nothing to say about that.
No, yeah, it was just one of those interesting topics where I heard them talking about it, and I was curious what other fans thought just from a...
I can't wait for the fans' question, by the way.
Oh, we're going to have a ton of fan questions throughout the night. So here's how you can get into the show. One, stop by the store where everything Antetokounmpo's branded is 50% off while TA is at the store from 6 to 8 today. You heard that correctly. 50% off everything that's Antetokounmpo's branded while TA is at the store today. And then you can also get with the show at Thanalysis Show on Twitter, at ESPN Milwaukee. We are streaming on ESPN Milwaukee on the app on YouTube, so check us out there. And, yeah, send us your questions. TA also came prepared today with some trivia questions we're going to have for some.
So it was so crazy. Those trivia questions, I was unpacking some stuff today, and I found those. And what's so crazy is it was in the bag. I opened the box. So the crazy part was those we were supposed to play that game in when it was the bubble, when it was the quarantine. So I had the box for the bubble.
Okay.
I was going to go to the bubble. It was going to have all this trivia stuff and stuff like that. And then I was like, oh, you know what? We never used it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to bring it to the show.
I like it. So I'm just going to start. This is one of the trivia questions on one of the cards that you came prepared with. How many legs does a spider have?
Isn't it supposed to have? Oh, hold up. I was about to say 8, but it's not 8. 6?
No, it's 8. You're
it's
right.
8?
Yep.
Okay.
What is the name of the toy cowboy in Toy Story?
Cowboy, Toy Story, Cowboy, Toy Story, Cowboy. Cody, no, Cody, Toy Story. Wait.
You're not close.
I'm not even close. What's the
Woody?
Woody. Something with a Y.
And then
I couldn't figure it out.
You did have
Something
the
with
Y part down. And then on the last one for this one, what is the color of an emerald?
Is it green?
It is green.
Okay, good.
I'm colorblind. That one would have been hard for me. So this is Thanalysis. You're listening to us live on ESPN Milwaukee for the first time. We're here from 6 to 8 at the store on Antetokounmpo's right across from Pfizer Forum. Everything is 50% off. Everything Antetokounmpo's branded is 50% off while TA is in the store today from 6 to 8. We're going to be joined by a couple of guests. We're going to take some fan questions. We are just going to have a really good time here on the show. TA, I wanted to ask you before we go to our first break of the day is the NBA offseason is here. Whether people like it or not, the NBA offseason is here. But it goes by so quickly. Can you take me behind the scenes a little bit into what the offseason actually looks like for a player? Because the lottery is next week. The draft is a month away. This offseason flies by.
And life moves on, huh? It's crazy, right? And life moves on.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Rinse, repeat, right? Like the way it goes, everything is just so fast. But what does the offseason start to look like for players?
Everybody starts to work. You know, you go to wherever you do your training camp at or whatever your schedule is. A lot of players in the NBA actually try not to do a lot because they, especially if you play heavy minutes. But for us, I'll tell you some of what we do. Has always been to play the game and say, okay, what we're going to do right now. We're going to come back. We're going to do our training camp, and then we're going to get ready for the season and how the season is going to start. Then what are we going to do for the next season? So, because the whole work of everything happens during the summer. It doesn't happen during the winter. Mm-hmm. The winter you just master and polish, whatever. But the way you put the foundation is during the summer.
During the summer. So when let's just say you play for a national team or you're playing for, that's probably the biggest one. Guys are playing organized basketball in the off season. Yeah. So that adds up. That takes a lot of miles off of guys' bodies, or is that kind of just part of the work?out?
No, it's not only part of the workouts. I think so I'll give an example. There's a lot of players who can attest to this, big players that they don't even touch the ball. And that was a very, very foreign concept to me to they will go weeks or a month, don't even touch the ball. Mm. I was like, man, how can you not touch the ball? That would be, for some players it's crippling. But I understood why. So, but everybody's different. You know, you have other guys who never stop working. That's not good either.
Yeah, fair.
You know, you got to take your time and just let your body build up to it.
So I think one of the things fans ask anytime you're brought up, it's what are your plans for next season?
Yeah.
But so obviously we don't know what the future holds, but we do know what you're doing kind of on a daily basis. You announced at our live show that you've been cleared, for basketball activities. We're posting some videos there. But what is your training regimen? What is your off season looking like?
So I'll tell you, I can tell you. So I start the day, come in, I do my routine, I work on my calf, work on my body, work on my legs. Then I step on the court. Start with my dribbling, ball handling first, then shooting. Then I got my partner. We play. We started going shooting. We shooting together, help each other, and then we go. And then we play ones. Then we play one-on-one, like for 45 minutes.
Really, one-on-one, 45 minutes. Love that.
Yeah,
just going at it.
Going at it. And now I do that now because, it took me so much now to get back into the game shape, because nothing can get you back to the game shape if you don't like it. But if you're playing one-on-one, you're getting that bump, as we say. So. That's big for me. And but what's so crazy? Like the way my body rested, has never rested like this. I've been playing 13 years straight. I've been playing 12 years straight. So I've never had this rest for my body. I just even the way I move, just some more.
You just feel different.
Yes, way more decisive, way more strong, way more imbalanced. It's crazy.
Love that. We're gonna hit on that and more throughout the night. We're gonna have some guests pop in. As I told everyone, we're at Antetokounmpo's right across from Pfizer, inside the Trade Hotel. Stop on in. TA, you got a special running right now?
Say again?
You got a special running right now for people who pop on in?
Oh, for everybody who comes in the store, while I'm in the store, it's 50% off. It wouldn't be, it can never be like that if I'm in the store. I'm in the store, I got to give you guys a gift. I got to make sure my people who support us straight, it's 50% off. Thank you guys for always supporting. I do not take this for granted. Thank you guys.
We're going to talk Bucks. We're going to talk Eastern Conference playoffs.
Oof.
And the fact that I have yet to see a Knicks game because they're always down 20 when I check the score. And that's on me.
That's on you, though. That's on you.
2-0. More of all that and more coming up. This is Thanalysis Live on ESPN Milwaukee. Check us out at Thanalysis Show on social media and then at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. We'll be back right after the break.
You're listening to Gruber Law Office's Thanalysis, presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel.
St. Anne's Center for Intergenerational Care recently switched to James Imaging Systems for their document imaging technology. Why? CFO Sally Parente.
Well, I think that boils back down to the service. We have a good partnership with James Imaging.
With James, you get more than a vendor relationship. You get a local business technology partner.
Oh, absolutely. I can pick up the phone at any time, contact our representative, and he's right on it.
James Imaging Systems, business technology and local support for more productivity, more value.
Definitely. We're a nonprofit here. We have to watch every penny, so we really feel very comfortable in that area with James Imaging.
Comfortable enough to recommend James Imaging Systems to others?
Well, without hesitation, I would recommend James Imaging. They won't be disappointed.
James Imaging Systems. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Sip into a flawless summer. Hey, it's KBN's Brad Nortman. Let carbless, ready-to-drink cocktails be your passport to pool parties, patio hangouts, cookouts, and pure summer bliss. Carbless is here to spark a summer of flavor and fun. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, just 100 calories, and of course, all the good vibes. From fruity flavors to refreshing fizz, Carbless stands out in a sea of same-old seltzers. See what flavors fit your summer. Find your bliss today at drinkcarbless.com and enter to win a flawless summer prize pack today.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With limited incomes not keeping up with the lingering effects of inflation, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.keepwisconsin.org www.kwwf.org.
Sponsored by the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund.
In Minnesota, you can get the hottest concert ticket in town.
Thanks everybody for being here.
While eating some of the best food in the nation.
I think I've said yum like 85 times.
Plan your trip at exploreminnesota.com. Whether fishing, floating, or boating, in Minnesota, lakes aren't just a destination.
Nice walleye.
They're a way of life.
The water is so clean and so clear, it's quite magical.
See what makes Minnesota the star of the North at exploreminnesota.com.
Whether you're a local who wants to enjoy a night out or you're planning to visit Milwaukee, enjoy an artfully stylish experience at St. Kate the Arts Hotel, conveniently located in the heart of downtown Milwaukee's Theater District. With deluxe accommodations, culinary creativity, on-site art galleries, artist in residence, and nightly live music, you'll enjoy every element of your stay at St. Kate. Learn more and book your stay at stkatearts.com.
It started with a prediction.
We'll go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
Gruber Law Office's Thanalysis is supported by the Prisoner Wine Company, Candy Funhouse, and McDonald's.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, you know what I want you to play? I want you to play How Many Moves This.
That's the voice of Thanasis Antetokounmpo. This is Thanalysis live on ESPN Milwaukee. And now he's going to play DJ a little bit.
No. Before I play DJ, I want to introduce the DJ on the Milwaukee Bucks, DJ Shauna.
Hi, TA. Hi, Tony. Thanks for letting me come kick it with y'all.
Absolutely.
This is a vibe in here.
It's fun. And did you hear the start of the show where we started and TA out of nowhere just goes, if I'm in the store, it's all 50% off.
Woo!
Yes.
Well, I did hear that, TA.
So take advantage of it.
I am gonna today. I'm gonna stack up for myself. I got 2 roommates at home, 8 and 9, and my girlfriend. So we're all bros. We're all bros.
There you go.
All bros. All summer.
Wait, hold up. You say you have 2 roommates?
Erica has 2 kids.
Go.
They're my roommates. I say it with love. I say it with love.
Now it makes more sense. I was about to say, I was like, you're a couple, and then you have a room.
You were going to take this to another level.
No, I was going to go.
I don't know if we can talk about that on the radio.
I was like, what?
The normal radio laws, they don't apply to this show.
Yeah.
I got 2 roommates. I say that with a lot of love, though, right? Like I love them dearly, and I don't have to do any of the hard things. Honestly, I get to do the fun stuff, play Legos, and DJ for them.
There you go.
Yeah. Tell them about cool people like you. Like I left, they were eating pizza, and I was like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "I'm going to work." What are you doing? I was like, "I'm hanging out with TA," and they're like, "Nah." They don't believe me.
Bring them to the store.
They had to eat pizza. They got school tomorrow. Homework, TA. Homework.
The good old days.
Yeah.
The good old days of homework.
They had a math. We
I
had
didn't
math.
miss none of those days. I didn't miss those days.
I think if I sat down in front of like a 6 or what 8
and 10.
9, what is that, like 5th grade, 6th grade?
Yeah, close.
If I sat down in front of like a 5th grade math test right now, I think I'd struggle.
You know what? That's what I love about it.
Man.
I'm smarter because of them. I do homework with them. I love it. I'm a nerd.
Because everything's like calculator. Like if I have to do
I'm a human
math,
calculator now.
I double check.
No,
17
I got
plus
it.
12.
I got it. Is this a question?
Yeah.
Oh, 17 plus 12, 29? 39. There it is.
21.
I'm not going to check. I don't know.
No, that's 29.
All right, we are joined with, this is Thanalysis Live on ESPN Milwaukee. And if you have a question for TA or DJ Shauna, tweet at us at Thanalysis Show at ESPN Milwaukee. Watch us live on YouTube. And as we kind of get into the show, we'll have a bunch of questions for everyone. We're at Antetokounmpo store live in downtown. But, Shauna, I want to start with you. So, obviously, you do DJing for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes, that's a huge honor.
Every time I look up and there's a major event like the Women's Final Four or other big things, you're also doing that. What's this journey kind of just been like for you over the past, what's it been, like a decade now, it seems like?
It feels like a lifetime. And I'm going to share this because I don't get to tell TA a lot about why I love their family. And like TA, I feel like I've been fortunate enough to be a part of some really cool family events with you all.
Yeah.
Because anytime, like, because I pay attention to what they're doing. And I think I came up learning how to work hard, right? And, like, I feel like nothing was given to me. Personally, I could play basketball, but I took it to, like, I maxed out my capability. Maybe that makes sense. Like I got as good as I could, controlling what I could control, and then I learned to control everything else, and that's how I made it as a pro overseas. And I took that blueprint and applied it to like DJing. So like I joke, I'm not the best DJ, but I control all the controllables, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. And so it's been an absolute journey. So to be a part of like their story, to be a part of not only the city that like raised me, where I grew up, and I have 414 tattooed on me, but to be a part of Milwaukee Bucks culture, to be a part of the championship forever, is like every day I walk into that arena, I look up at that banner, and like no one can ever take any of that away from the hard work y'all did, but like people. I'm just one of many a part of the organization that show up every day to like make sure like a game can happen, and so it's an absolute gift. And I just keep shooting my shot. I keep trying to see like what shot I can take and see how far I can take this.
Next.
Yeah. Yeah. Does it matter to you, TA? Can I ask him that question? Yeah, I mean that legitimately, because I told TA or I told TC.
Oh, this
is
question?
Hard. Yeah.
This question?
Can I go?
Yeah, run with it.
And I want you to be real with me, because you always have been.
Yeah.
Because I consider you like extended family.
Wow.
I want you to be honest. Mm-hmm. How much does my job matter to you? And this, I hesitate.
A lot. I'm not. So you gotta understand. Even me coming to like play the game, we're doing our warm-ups and getting into the game, even the rhythm of the game.
Yeah.
You know, he plays a big role. And I say this why? Because let's say overseas, they don't have the DJ, but they have the crowd, and the crowd is shouting the chant, and the chant is the same. Like the whole building can catch on fire with a chant.
Yep.
And if you and let's say a basketball team is going on the run, and we're going and scoring. The fans won't change that. They will just keep the same, and you go. So it's the same thing. It's like it's all rhythm and rhythm. So I'm listening to my song, and it brings back all the flow, the mental flow in the flow state. So what?
I love that you said flow state, because I love flow state.
Yes, and then sometimes you don't even know. You're shooting, it just goes in. You're like, oh, shoot. You don't even notice that what you're doing is
muscle memory.
Repetition, muscle memory. So it does play a big role. And I'll tell you one more thing, too. It does play a big role, especially when guys are not, and not for me, but for the guys who sometimes mentally are not the strongest mentally.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because a lot of times the guys who are not the strongest mentally, we show a different side of them. And then that's when music changes the world.
I agree.
Like you could be having a horrible day.
Yeah.
And you listen to music and it just like changes the whole dynamic. So it does play a big role.
I appreciate it, because I never get to talk to y'all about it. And so it's something that like I hear and how much, because y'all do like your player feedback, right? And you rank stuff.
Yeah.
And
every season I've played, before every game, we can say this online too.
Yo, DJ, play my stuff.
No, you don't understand. I text her.
Yeah.
And I go like, hey, we need this today.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing. And we'll hit it. We need this today. This is what we're coming out. We need this today. One time, I text. This is the year we was winning, and I said, because Card is coming back, I want you to play Dreams and Nightmares by Meek Mill, but I want you to hit the second. I was like literally saying like, this is the hook. That's where we want to hit it. And once we come in, hold up, wait a minute. Then we showed up. It was crazy. It was crazy, man.
See, and I don't. And so I'm going to tell you this because I value privacy as well. I don't share that with anybody. So I appreciate you saying it, because like So I played professional basketball. I don't know if you know. Like I played overseas, and so I think that's what kind of gives me an advantage a little bit to what I do, because in the league, there's no other DJ that played professional basketball, and so I think my IQ helps. I think being able to understand what you're talking about, like the flow. I think also what I love about our organization is y'all have also trusted me. to like kind of create that vibe, and we're not at 1,000,000 all the time because you have to like you said, like get into it, right? Like it's a rhythm. But when you run out of the tunnel, like as a team, that's when we go 100.
It's different.
It is different.
You know.
I got to get that clip.
She was worried about your answer. She's like, "Do I want to ask TA? Like, does my job matter?" I was like, "Yes, you rock it out for 18,000 people, 41 plus times a year." Yes, it absolutely.
It's them. It's a symbiotic relationship, and I say this with love. Like I'm live soundtracking what you're doing. So imagine like playing NBA 2K with no music, and I get to soundtrack what you're doing. So like I love when GA wants to hear his song. Like I love when he does it. I love when I got to play your song. Like I love that. Like it's such an honor, and I could tell you like all those moments because, again, I get to decide if I play it. Like if it's worthy enough.
Yes.
And so there's times where I'm like, nah, Giannis, not today, buddy. That wasn't a big enough dunk.
So. That one not as important as others. It's interesting you guys talk about this just because the vibe in Fiserv is so different, and we talked about the old Bradley Center days on the show before, but TA, way before y'all even got here, the Bradley Center back in after the Eastern Conference Finals, I'm talking like 03 to like 08, right? They used to have a live band that just hung out in the corner, and I think they were like allowed to play, I don't know, every third time out. It was cool, but that was it. And then when they would be on the court, like you could hear everything because there was nothing else happening.
It's wild how it's changed.
And now they changed the rules. Now you can actually play music while action is going on.
Yep.
And it changes everything about just the atmosphere and the game, and obviously helps players. But you know,
100%.
That's cool to hear your perspective. I do appreciate you saying it because I love it. And like I said, then, we can't make everybody happy. And I also understand some fans want to hear basketball. So it's like trying to find that balance and, like, again, the energy of it.
Whoever, even forget about our team. You want to talk about the NBA? Whoever thinks that music does not matter, watch the Boston Celtics walk in when Shipping Up to Boston comes out.
Yeah.
Watch when the Celtics come in and what the crowd is going. Like, it does matter for the crowd as well. Like, everything. And obviously, we're going to talk about them. We're going to talk about everybody in a minute.
For sure.
But, like, it does matter. It does change the dynamic. It does, like, you know what I'm saying? So I do believe that it's this cohesion, this synergy between everybody, right? It takes everybody, the production, for people who are watching at home and people who are in the stadium to watch the replay. People are begging, like, I want to see the replay. What he just did, like, what happened? Is it a challenge? Is it a foul? Is it not a foul? Like, all this, like, we're all working together for this event, right?
And that's what it is, entertainment, right?
Yeah,
like, it's our job, right? Like, you're a professional basketball player. But I learned that when I was playing overseas that if I wanted people to come to games, it had to be entertaining.
Yes.
And that's why I love watching you play basketball, because you play with so much joy. And like it's the smile and it's the passion, and like there's very few guys, and I can tell you who they are, like even like I could tell you who they are, like in the league, because again, my job, all I do is watch. Right, I just watch basketball, and so. But when you play, you make me want to like lace my shoes up and like call my agent and see if I can like play.
I got 7 minutes left in. We do have a question came in for Shauna at the Thanalysis show on Twitter. This comes from Bree. What's the most fun memory you have of your journey? And then the second part, was it the finals?
Yeah.
I want to take the finals out of that. What's the most fun memory? Sorry, Bree. I'm jumping all over your question here. But what's the most fun memory you have of your journey without the finals?
Well, yeah, because finals are
it trumps everything.
You cannot. I'm a Milwaukee kid. I grew up in this city. I had never experienced a championship, and then I get to be the official DJ. There's one of me we're literally sitting in a spot where hundreds of thousands of people were celebrating. TA, I think you drove your car up like right here to get to the stage when you had
someone randomly sent me the Jeep. I think it was like the Jeep photo of you the other day, just like standing
Jenny
on top of it.
Yeah.
I was like, yes.
But finals trump everything. Are we talking like Bucks, or are we talking
it just as of your journey?
Honestly, if we can, I love to talk about like women's Final Four, because I was talking about that too. So to be a part of women's basketball still as the official DJ since like 2016, 2017 has been a gift, because I came from that. And so the amount of incredible talent I've gotten to watch, including Arike Gumbawale hit like back-to-back game winners for the Final Four and then championship, and to represent not only Milwaukee but who she is and her whole family was like such an incredible gift. And then to watch the sport grow. So like women's Final Four, I could go on, like sporting events. I got to open for Shaq at Summerfest. Like he held up your brother's jersey when I opened, like there. I know, like, but it literally like when Shaq it was my jersey. I wear a men's large. He asked me to take it off, and it literally looked like he was like holding a Lego T-shirt.
Just fits on his bicep.
It was like,
fits here.
Look at that was after the Bucks won, and he's like, look at I got this Giannis jersey. It looks like a Lego T-shirt. Yeah, I'm fortunate.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's been wild.
For those just tuning in, this is Thanalysis live on radio for the first time on ESPN Milwaukee. We're live at Antetokounmpo's store right across from Pfizer. Everything Antetokounmpo is branded 50% off until 8 o'clock while TA is at the store today. So pop on in, say hi to all of us. And Sean, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
And then TA, we got a spicy question for you. I'm going to save till after the break. But you talked about your big. You can stick around for this one too.
Spicy?
That spicy might have been the wrong.
Oh my goodness!
This isn't like the OnlyFans version of Thanalysis.
Oh man, yeah, okay. Anything does go on the radio. Oh my God!
It's fine.
I need to get this.
They can pay our fines. What's like your dream event too, DJ?
Olympics.
Olympics?
I couldn't.
Quick.
Yeah.
LA 2028. Let's send them the tape.
Fingers crossed. But it is a goal. I never got to make it as a player, and that's something again as a traveling got instilled in me from basketball standpoint. Like I got to see the world because I could dribble a basketball. Just wild to me, and the doors that it opened that I feel like y'all speak on too. But yeah, I never made it for Team USA and in that capacity. So to have the opportunity to DJ the Olympics would be crazy. I do have a goal for a song I wrote and produced that's unrelated to DJing.
Okay.
But because we're on ESPN Milwaukee, I want to put it out in the universe.
Yes.
I wrote and produced TA a song, Women's Final Four. So you watch men's championship, men's NCAA championship?
Yeah, as much as I can. I mean, I'm not.
Yeah. But you're familiar, like when the championship team wins, they have the song called One Shining Moment?
I think I've heard it.
It's like the video montage after the game is
so
over.
Basically, it's like the anthem for whenever they win. And they go
Every team gets one. So it's the same song every year. It's played once a year.
I think Ben was in the montage one year.
Yeah, 100%.
He doesn't let us forget it.
Yeah, he was. And Lisa Byington her voice has been a part of it. So it's a big deal to be in it. Women's championship doesn't have an anthem. And I am convinced I wrote it, and it's called Heart of a Fighter. And I've been trying to get people at ESPN to listen to this so that they'll do it and use it as a women's basketball championship anthem.
We'll play it on. Give me the MP3. We'll play it on the
right now. You could literally pull it up on your favorite streaming. Search DJ Shauna and play Heart of a Fighter.
We got DJ Chris back at the studio. Let's see if he can bring us back to that.
DJ Chris.
We got a break coming up here, so I'm seeing if we can bring that. Plug it one more time.
Heart of a Fighter. DJ Shauna. We're putting it into the ether.
It's clean.
Yeah. Everything. Yeah. And we're not on the spicy stuff yet.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break, and then we come back. We got a question tweeted in to us at Thanalysis Show for Thanalysis specifically, and it involves Giannis and John Halliburton. I'll ask you that after the break. This is Thanalysis Live on ESPN Wisconsin.
Follow at Thanalysis Show on Instagram, YouTube, and all social platforms. Presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel.
Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman. The summer months are all about activity, but you can't experience that activity if you have pain in your joints. QC Kinetics has been the nation's leader in non-surgical relief for that joint pain. Don't just take my word for it. There's over 50,000 satisfied patients nationwide. It's truly remarkable how Milwaukee's medical direct, Dr. Ashley Caravelli and her team are using regenerative cell therapy to restore that tissue in your achy joints. They're utilizing biological growth factors, things I've seen with my own two eyes at the Greenfield location. It's a powerful and potent way to give new life to your joints, repairing that old tissue that's causing all the pain. And the best part, with QC Kinetics, there's no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. Give yourself the gift of pain-free living and lasting relief with QC Kinetics so you can do all the things you enjoy this summer. Get your free consultation today by calling QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 7474.
Let's talk about home turf. Your lawn is a reflection of your pride, hard work, and even competitive spirit. If you want a yard that makes the neighbors stop and stare, you need the right plan. That's where Weedman Lawn Care comes in. Weedman's lawn care program is kid and pet friendly, uses golf course quality fertilizer, and has an effective weed treatment to dominate any issue. Get a free quote of Weedman's winning formula for your yard at weedman.com and get 50% off your first treatment. That's weedman.com. Weedman for the win.
A Brewers group outing is the best way to celebrate any special occasion. Whether it's a birthday party, anniversary, or bachelor party, baseball is better with a group. Grab your crew of just 15 or more for an event you won't forget. Brewers account reps make your day at the ballpark a breeze. Plus, get set up with customizable tailgate spaces, seating blocks in your favorite location at American Family Field, and much more. Start planning your group outing now at brewers.com/groups.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
It's a home run! But wait, is your roof ready for the big league storms? If your roof has more holes than a catcher's mitt, it's time to bring in the pros. At Avondale Roofing, we've been handling leaks, repairs, and full replacements with major league precision for over 30 years. And as a GAF Master Elite certified contractor, we bring top-tier quality and proven performance to every job. Whether it's a quick patch-up or full upgrade, our team steps up to the plate and knocks it out of the park every time. You're out! Don't wait till water's in your dugout. Call Avondale Roofing today and keep your home in the win column.
Tailgate season, company victory party, don't let your event fall short. V Private Bar Services delivers the winning play with expertise. We're talking custom cocktails, top shelf service, and an atmosphere that'll have your team pumped. Forget the watered down beer and basic mixers. Get the VIP treatment for your corporate events with bartenders who know the perfect pour. V Private Bar Services, where elevated hospitality runs through our veins. Explore vprivatebar.com and leave the mixing to us.
Hey, I'm Reba McEntire. In life, you'll hear a lot of people tell you that you can do anything you want. I'm here to tell you that's true. Since I was a little girl, I dreamed of becoming a successful singer and entertainer. It took a lot of hard work, dedication, and perseverance to find my success, but it was worth it. I never gave up on my dreams. Remember, you can never have a dream come true until you've had a dream. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
Listen to Thanalysis Show on the ESPN Wisconsin app, presented by Gruber Law Offices.
That's it.
He pulled it off.
That's like DJ Chris.
We said before the break on Thanalysis Live here on ESPN Milwaukee, ESPN Wisconsin. Chris Larson back at the One Call That's All Gruber Law Offices studio was going to bring back DJ Shauna's future hit of the women's Final Four, Heart of a Fighter. Find it on Spotify. Chris found it.
DJ Chris.
You found it?
This is it.
This is the track. Chris, play a little bit louder for us.
Well, we're about to hit the break, though, so you can keep talking here a little bit. This is like the break's going to break down.
TA is pulling double duty right now. He's signing autographs. He's taking pictures of fans. He's not marking everything 50% off here at Antetokounmpo.
No,
we're having
amazing,
a party.
Man. They're amazing, and they came out to support it. It's a nice show, and I don't take this for granted, So I really appreciate it.
It's a ton of fun here. Make sure to stop by. We'll be here till 8 o'clock. We'll probably use this as our bump back music moving forward.
I would talk to you for hours about the Easter eggs in this song. TA, I'm serious. Like, if you listen to it, it talks about 10,000 hours. It talks about, like, hitting my shot. There's so many Easter eggs. And Destiny Lay is the vocalist on that song. She was on The Voice. Really just took it to another level. So thanks, DJ Chris. Like, huge shout out. Like, I choke up every time I hear it. So it's very surreal. But thank you. So thank you.
It sounds like a full-length podcast episode. We have to
just talk about the song. Just talk about the song. TA's got to write a song. We got to get you on.
I can't write a song.
I'll write it for you. I need your energy.
I got you. I can do that for sure. I just don't know. I can't. I can't sit down.
It's in you. It's in you. You don't even know it. I believe it.
I like where this is headed. I also like where this is headed. TA, we said, hey, if you got a question for Thanalysis, send it to us at Thanalysis Show on Twitter, at ESPN Milwaukee. Follow us on YouTube. And we got a question from Easy. It says, how would it have been different if you were with Giannis when Halliburton's dad got out of hand with you being his older brother? This is what the people want to know.
So I talk. Who you said?
Comes in from Easy.
So Easy, if you go on. I talked about this like a podcast ago on a show. Hey, whoever hasn't listened, go listen to it. I did say some stuff out there, but I would say this. So, God loves me too much to put me in a situation like that, and I am blessed, and I'm highly favored because it was just unfortunate, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But I did talk about the podcast. Go watch that podcast, listen to it. You'll see how I felt, what I said, and everything.
That's the way to answer the question. You answered it, but also said, I talked about this before. Hit us up.
I did.
You did. No, we did. So I can go behind the scenes on that story real quick. So was that Game 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Game 5 happens. Let's just say it ended at 9 o'clock, right? We're all watching it. It had to be 9:05, get a call from TA after everything kind of transpired. And it was just talking about what happened and how we can do this in podcast form. And it was just like, meet at the studio in 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, because so what you want to do too, like you do this for the fans and people who are listening. You don't have to go be out of character and pretend something different, but you do want to give them the real, like how you feel. Mm-hmm. And like I told you, I was so disappointed because like, bro, you having him now apologizing for something he didn't do. He just played. He played great. His team won. Now he's apologizing for something that's different. So that was the things that I always heard, because I told you my feel was not the win or lose is simple. It happens. It's basketball. Somebody's going to win and somebody's going to lose. Mm-hmm. Somebody's going to move forward. Somebody who's not is not. But my thing was that why was that more important? Like, why was that having that moment more important than your boy doing one of his best games ever?
That perspective was so cool for how you put it in. Honestly, if I could chime in, like I shared that with my brother, and your quote. Honestly, okay. I shared it with my brother, and he was like, "That's a crazy way to look at right?" Because like I didn't think about it like that. Yeah. Like we get protective over the big guy. Like we're all
TA always has these great perspectives. So on things like this, like when there was the Isaiah Stewart game, and you were like, "No, we know him. Like this is like And then I was texting him after there was, I don't know if it was ruled a flagrant, but Chris Paul grabbed Giannis in one game. And I was like, all right, this guy's my size. I can say what I want to say on this one. And you say it, I'm not going to say anything. Chris Paul beat you eye to eye, buddy. But you always have these very level-headed, because when we were doing this podcast, I said on it, I was like, you can read these texts. Everyone on my phone was like, he should do this to him. He should do that to things I can't say. And Tia was like, no, this is how
it was
look at it. And it's refreshing, honestly.
May I ask a follow-up question on that?
Of course.
May I? Because this is something I've personally wanted to know. And I don't know if you can speak for Giannis on this. Yeah. Because one of my favorite things, again, my job is to pay attention to what you all do. Yeah. The pop culture side of it matters. And then as a human, I say this genuinely, again. Yeah. I buy into what you are and who you are and what Giannis is and who he is, and it means a lot. I practice stoicism, so I listen to the Daily Stoic podcast on a regular basis and have for years, and it chokes me up because I have a firm belief. I understand y'all are Greek, and it's not just an assumption, but is that because everything you say, that answer was so stoic, like how Giannis answers, especially. Like the one that went viral,
Which one?
Giannis last season when the season ended.
Oh, okay.
And someone asked, do you view this season as a failure? And that I have that printed above my production desk. I'm not even kidding you. It's like one of my favorite quotes because every step, right? It doesn't.
That's success.
And so I'm curious, is stoicism a part of your world?
So I'll tell you this: we come from two really, really big cultures, right? Which is the Greek culture and the Nigerian culture. I'll tell you two things about the Greek culture. We're talking about years and years of history, elegance, and just like really, I can talk from the Olympics, from the creation of the Olympics to mathematics, to anything. We could talk about, Greeks love Greek stuff.
Yeah.
Like whenever you see something, they go like, we created this, and it's true. That's the thing. It's true. And then I'm coming from another culture who is like African and Nigerian, who are the giants of Africa, right? Like I can be anywhere in the world and I'm gonna make it. Like if you notice, like a lot of Nigerians, right? You can say it as people who identify as Nigerians or people who have like DNA being Nigerians will succeed anywhere in the world. Because you gotta understand, they come from a country that they only like literally breed like superhumans.
Yeah.
Like because they go through all this stuff and they make it. Like my mom and dad were superhuman. They went through all this journey and had us in Greece, and that was just a perfect blend of just understanding the culture, understanding who you are, and what you want to accomplish in life. So I think that really makes us kind of think this way.
Yeah.
Because we do want to hustle and do the hard work, but at the same time, we want to carry ourselves a certain way that our generation will see us after in years. And when we talked about it, we'll be like, these people really changed. They really left their mark. So it does play a big role for sure.
It's cool, and I say that like as your friend and as a fan. Like I say that, and I've been so curious about it because so many things and how. Anything is reaction, right?
Yeah.
So, like, Giannis had to have a reaction.
Yeah.
And even in that moment regarding this tweet, for GA to just stand there, and how many people could have done that, honestly? And, like, how many people...
I'm proud of him.
Not many from Milwaukee. I'll tell you
let
me tell you.
According to your text thread, not many.
I said, I'm from the south side of Milwaukee, and the text thread that night was like, that's the self-control that we all wish we had.
It's inspiring. And motivating.
I am so proud of him. And you got to think about it. We say about this stuff that people see through our interviews or see, in these moments. Think about all the stuff we say that you don't see it. You don't get to see it. The stuff we tell each other to keep us motivated. The stuff that our dad told us. The stuff that my mom told us. So it's a lot of things that I always think about. And you know what's so crazy? This was like literally 3 years ago. 3 years ago, somebody came up to me and said, Thanalysis, we think you should start like a motivation and kind of like a life coaching program, like a course. And I was like, nah, I really don't want to do that. I said, because everybody I help, I'm directly involved. Like I'm not gonna let you fail if I'm with you. I mean, of course, I'm not. I'm just not. That's how I am. So you would take a lot of energy. So then I started a podcast.
We need it. Like, we need the TA energy. Like,
sure.
I can feel TA when you are at Fiserv and no one tells me. Like, I can just feel it. And then all of a sudden I see you pop up. And I'm, there's TA.
They found you on the broadcast of the Brewers game the other night.
They did?
Yeah, and then Jeff Levering was calling the game, and he shouted out the podcast. He wrote the Thanalysis show on people just started texting me. They put on a Post-it note and zoomed in on the camera. So, they felt your energy, and they got to win that night.
Yes, and got to win. And I want to say, who people are watching and viewing, we have a great exclusive interview that's coming out with Coach. They don't want to be the coach. Manager of the year, National League of the Year. Pat Murphy. We talked about a lot of interesting stuff, and his story is amazing. Please follow Thanalysis. Whatever you get your podcast from, every platform, go get it. It's going to be.
We'll drop that one soon. It's an incredible conversation.
What do we have this week coming up?
Next week,
what is next
we talked to, just casually sat down at the NFL draft with Super Bowl MVP Drew Brees.
What? Drew Brees.
We got that episode coming out. We've kept that one real quiet. So we have that one. We also did this, Thanalysis Live a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, so that's going to come out.
And as soon as you give the thumbs up, the video is ready to go.
Yeah,
so we can drop that at any given moment. We have so many fun episodes recorded, ready to go, just with some really, really big and fun names coming up, too. So stay tuned for all of those, but want to remind everyone, those podcasts, Drew Brees, Pat Murphy, Thanalysis Live, not possible without Gruber Law Offices.
One call.
That's all.
Yeah, Sean is in on it.
What if casino, Potawatomi hotels, these people are amazing. They have excellent food, excellent stay, and you might win some money. Like, that's amazing combo.
That's the best combo.
I love food and money. I love
I want to thank President One Company. Go get your bottle. You're going to enjoy it. Trust me.
TA, this is not a normal bottle.
I'm a big guy.
That's a TV size bottle.
Oh, my. I don't drink alcohol, but, this is like you won the championship bottle.
I've been trying to tell people Mother's Day is this weekend. And if you are going to a Mother's Day brunch,
you need this.
Do not show up empty-handed.
Yeah.
Stop by and get a bottle of Prisoner wine on your way in.
Want to thank Candy Funhouse. They're amazing. They always give us the best treats, the best sweets, and obviously now we're coming up with a surprise for you guys. I'll let you guys know in the next show, in the next episode. You guys got to go get them. And last but not least, I'm loving it. McDonald's on the big. Thank you guys so much. And on to you, Tony.
So right after the break, because we did this live show tonight, the radio show in front of a bunch of fans, obviously people come up to you all the time and they want to take pictures. You get to meet, and it is a really cool experience. But I wanted to flip the script on you a little bit. I have someone here that wants to meet you because we have a surprise for you that I think you're really going to like. So that's coming up. Make sure, if you're listening on radio and you're not driving and you're able to, hop on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. You're going to want to see the video of this. On YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, we got a surprise for Thanalysis. Myself, Tony Cartagena, Thanalysis Antetokounmpo. DJ Sean is hanging out with us. I don't know if you got to get home or whatever.
I'm going to pick up some gear.
The mic's all yours.
I got to get,
whatever.
We're all bros.
And
50% off.
Stick around right after the break for this surprise for Thanalysis coming up. This is Thanalysis Live on ESPN Wisconsin.
You're listening to Gruber Law Office's Thanalysis, presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel.
Save big on everything for your next project when you shop at Menards. Finish your outdoor wood projects with Cabot Premium Wood Care products. Australian timber oil is an exterior stain that provides maximum penetration, durability, and water repellency, making it ideal for decks, siding, outdoor furniture, and more. Save big money at Menards on Cabot Premium Wood Care products. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards. At Potawatomi, where ways to win are endless, another chance to capture epic cash and prizes comes Friday, June 27th. It's the season finale blockbuster drawings. Watch your entries from Enchanted Spins, Unreal Treasures, and Boundless Bounty come together for drawings where $300,000 in cash and prizes is there for the taking. Be there to win your share. June 27th only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info online. Must be 21 years old to play.
It started with a prediction.
We'll go out there and play basketball and win. And how many games? 6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
Why is life better with American Family Insurance? Because every policy comes with something very special. A trusted agent who's there to help protect your dreams by finding the right coverage at the right price. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
At Citizens Bank, community banking is you, growing your business with a partner who gets it. It's you, buying your first home with a lender who makes it easy. It's you, building a future with savings that work just as hard as you. And it's us, working together to strengthen our community. Because at Citizens Bank, community banking means you plus us. Visit us at citizensbankwi.bank. Citizens Bank is member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Did you know that the phrase, "When is Mother's Day," is the most searched when phrase in the world? So just to be safe, let me remind you that Mother's Day is this Sunday. Yes, this Sunday. Need a bottle of wine or champagne for brunch? Or maybe a great gift idea? Remember, moms sacrifice so much for us, and it starts by going 9 months without alcohol. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor, where since 1960, we have provided the best selection and the lowest prices. We stock literally thousands of varieties of beer, liquor, wine, and mixers. Over 15,000 actually, but who's counting? The point is, you want it, odds are we have it. Combine our incredible selection and everyday low prices with our 2 convenient locations, and you've got your one-stop shop for a great Mother's Day gift. Discount Liquor in Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma and in downtown Waukesha on Barstow and Maine.
Discount Liquor.
Happy Mother's Day.
From boreal forests to blooming prairie and over 10,000 lakes,
We go for the road less traveled.
Minnesota has stunning state and national parks.
Stop, inhale fresh pine air. Yeah, I love that.
Plan your trip at exploreminnesota.com. In Minnesota, you can get the hottest concert ticket in town
Thanks everybody for being here.
while eating some of the best food in the nation.
I think I've said yum like 85 times.
Plan your trip at exploreminnesota.com.
Gruber Law Office's Thanalysis is supported by the Prisoner Wine Company, Candy Funhouse, and McDonald's.
You go bow for the result, though. Nothing to discuss, cause I did win by default and without any doubt, though.
Thanalysis. Find us across all social media at Thanalysis Show. That's Twitter, that's Instagram, that's TikTok, and YouTube. We're live on the radio for the first time on ESPN Wisconsin. I'm Tony Cartagena, co-host and executive producer of the show. Thanasis Antetokounmpo is greeting a couple fans here as we're doing a live remote broadcast from Antetokounmpo's right across the street from Pfizer Forum. And TA is basically Santa Claus today. He said if you come over to the store while he's here, all Antetokounmpo's branded items are 50% off. Not 15, not 20, not 50% off at the store while TA is here today. I'm also now currently being joined by a guy. I can't even explain what you do, but we got a little surprise set up for TA here. So when he comes back from taking a couple pictures with fans, we're going to have something for him. So just explain to me quickly, like, you have a collection of Bucks memorabilia that is second to none.
Yeah, I've been collecting Bucks for 3, 4, 5 years. Got into it from a buddy of mine who my collection doesn't even rival his. But, yeah, we've been collecting, and it just keeps growing.
Where can people on Instagram find your collection?
I am Bucks jerseys and more, and then my friend Chris is Bucks memorabilia.
I want to say one thing. He has something that I need and I want, which is the floor, the free throw line floor from the championship year.
Yeah, so I was going to say one of the things he has. Can you explain to us this? Can we show it on YouTube here?
Yeah.
Let's grab this item over here. So this is the free throw line from Pfizer Forum the year the Bucks won the championship. As you can kind of see it here on our YouTube page. That's dope. So this is did you just sign this?
Yeah, of course I signed it. So you get him a little bit of, get it up there, get the value
there
up
you
there,
go.
man.
So working with, and what's your Instagram handle again, just so people know they can go check this out?
Bucks jerseys
Wait,
and more.
it's for sale?
I don't know if it's for sale. It's
Everything's
just
for sale for the right price.
What's the right price? We will negotiate right now.
Let's negotiate off the air.
No, on the air. No.
All right, let's Shark Tank
on the
this.
air.
All right.
We do trades, only trades.
What's the trade? What is something that
he put you on the spot. This is your opportunity. Run with it. Run with it.
I would like your brother's Game 6 jersey.
Game 6.
So would everybody.
Oh my God! You just asked the.
So what's the museum? The Smithsonian? Like, do they.
He says, "I want this. No, take me to the Louvre and get me."
Hey, game 6 from his first playoff series against the Bulls for a couple. Yeah, we got that one. We can find that one for you.
I would take it.
But yeah, you wore a jersey 3 or 4 years ago now, the night the NBA kind of did their NBA 75th anniversary commemorative. Our guy has that here for you.
How do you have that jersey?
Stole it from your locker.
Yep.
Don't worry about it. It is authenticated. It is yours. It is game worn. And I don't want to get in the way here, but if you want to tell him that he can now have his jersey back.
You can have your jersey back after I stole it.
Can?
Yes, you can have this one back.
Thank you so much.
We got to get it back to the owner.
No. I'll take that, and I really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
It's
crazy.
We can show it on the YouTube stream here. That is a game worn.
Too. You know, this jerseys here with these. Don't tell.
Nice little add to the collection of the game worn stuff that you can get back now as a player. Tell us a little bit more.
I'm going to be on the tour, just collecting the stuff
You got to work with our guy here, Bucks jerseys and more on Instagram, the stuff that these guys have. He also told me he has the backboard from Game 6 of the NBA Finals. How does one get the backboard?
I bought it right from the Bucks. I walked right in and they
give me. Obviously, don't give me the same Game 6 jersey. No, give me something. What about the backboard? What's the backboard?
Oh my! I wouldn't even know where to start.
So listen. This is the stuff he doesn't want to send them. He said he says the right price, but he really doesn't. He's like, that's too close to the heart.
Trade only.
Trade
so
only.
I only want to add to the collection. It's not about money.
I can get you
I
50% off at the Antetokounmpo store.
It's not about money.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, it costs money, but it's more than the money.
Yes, sir.
So that's why I say trade only.
Yes,
We can work something out.
Okay. Let me work my magic. I got you.
We appreciate you bringing some of this amazing memorabilia,
so
other
much,
stuff,
man.
shooting shirts, signs.
Thank
You and your wife Allie came out to meet Thanasis tonight. I was told she's a big Thanasis fan. Who's going to get a picture in the break?
Yeah.
But yeah,
could you please shout them out at the Instagram?
Yep, plug your handles one more time. Everyone
Bucks
go check it out.
jerseys and more, and Bucks memorabilia.
Bucks memorabilia.
Yep.
We'll plug that on our pages as well. Thanks so much for gifting the jersey to Thanasis and coming out and supporting the show tonight.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Before we get to break, I want to remind everyone that tonight's show is brought to you by Gruber Law Offices. Gruber Law, one call.
That's all.
Also presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. If you are coming to the Milwaukee area or you want a good night out, Potawatomi Casino Hotel is a place to stay, game, eat, the whole deal. It's incredible there. Also, the Prisoner Wine Company. Don't show up empty-handed for Mother's Day brunch coming up this weekend. The Prisoner Wine Company. McDonald's. Download the McDonald's app today and candyfunhouse.com to order a great box of candy. One more hour of the 50% off sale at Antetokounmpo's, courtesy of the star of the show, Thanasis Antetokounmpo. We're at the store here right across from Pfizer Forum until 8 p.m. We'll be back live on ESPN Wisconsin.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Time's running out to find the perfect Mother's Day gift, but it's okay because Macy's is here to help. Shop our annual Mother's Day sale and you'll find gifts that'll make mom say, that's exactly what I wanted. There are diamond necklaces and pendants 30 to 55% off. Handbags from Karl Lagerfeld and Calvin Klein 30% off. And designer fragrance gift sets boxed and ready to give. How easy is that? But don't wait any longer. Mother's Day is Sunday and the sale is happening now at Macy's. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Welcome to Staples.
Hi, I hear Staples prints it all.
Oh, you bet. Posters, banners.
Can you print it all for Father's Day?
Oh, of course. Photo gifts like canvas prints, photo puzzles.
Can you print it all for graduation?
Sure can. Custom cards and invites.
Can you print a huge banner with the grad's picture?
Oh, definitely.
Even an embarrassing baby picture?
Oh, those are the best kind.
I know, right?
Print it all for dads and grads at Staples. And right now, get 40% off custom cards, invites, and photo gifts. N75 exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Spring is here, and your local IKEA store is rolling the savings outdoors for their annual sidewalk sale. Visit IKEA Schaumburg, Bolingbrook, or Oak Creek from May 9th through the 26th for a wide variety of furniture and home furnishing accessories at big discounts. New products will be added throughout the sale, so stop in often to see what's new. And don't miss IKEA's mystery gift card giveaway on Saturday, May 10th. The first 200 IKEA family members will have a chance to be selected for a mystery gift card worth up to $500. Save big at the IKEA annual sidewalk sale, May 9th through the 26th.
Hey, this is Gabe Neitzel. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Number 43 in the game program, number 1 in your heart.
Passes off to Thanasis, who rocks the rim of Antetokounmpo style right there.
All Thanasis, all the time.
Thanasis has it on the near wing. He's crossing over, going to work, takes it in, powers it up and in.
Thanasis Antetokounmpo sits down for honest and fun conversations.
He's going to drive inside, right to the rack, stuffs it down with a one-hand jam. Thanasis.
This is Thanalysis.
There's one final hour of Thanalysis live on ESPN Wisconsin, our first ever live radio broadcast. And so we took it on the road. We're live at Antetokounmpo's store right across from Pfizer Forum, where TA has decided everything Antetokounmpo's branded is 50% off. Not 20, not 25, 50% off just for the next hour, just why TA is here at the store. So come check it out. Come say hi to us. Come say hi to TA. Check out the broadcast. And all right, TA, you're an hour in. How's your first live broadcast treating you?
It's amazing, smooth. I kind of love interacting with the people here in the store, so that's fun. That's nice.
It's a ton of fun. The store is great. If people haven't been in here, even if you can't make it tonight, pop on in whenever you get a chance. The store is awesome. It's in a great area right across. And I think it's one of the cool things because you're so involved in the store and everything that happens here, the designs and everything of the clothing. Like, it's just a very cool thing that's very unique to you, which I think is amazing. So people should definitely come and check it out.
Please. And hopefully I'm here at the store when you guys come.
Yeah, you're here like almost weekly. I see you pop on in. All right, so we got an hour left. Earlier in the show, we talked about the Indiana Pacers. They're up 2-0 on the Cleveland Cavaliers right now.
Yep.
I want to go to the other Eastern Conference semifinal that's going on between the Knicks and the Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
And you've been a part of a lot of NBA games in your career, right? What the Celtics are, or what the Knicks are doing, trailing by 20 points twice and coming back to win. It's pretty unprecedented. So how is this happening?
So I'll tell you. Okay, I'll give you my honest opinion. So I saw the first game. After the first game, somebody said like, "Oh man, like look at the Celtics are gonna win. You know, they're gonna go out there and crush the Knicks, and because the Celtics were up a lot first game too." And I told him, I was like, "Nope, you're wrong." He was like, "What do you mean you're wrong?" I said, "Listen." I said, I've never seen, this is true story, I've never seen a game being refereed so 50-50 in the past playoff series in the past 10 years. I've never seen a series being, they allowed physical contact, they allowed certain plays, in both sides, 50-50. I'm like, oh, it's up for grabs.
So when you say 50-50, you mean like it's refereed fairly and evenly right down the middle?
Right down the middle is being refereed. And then after that, you got to understand the way the Knicks were the team that played before them was so physical that the physicality of Boston Celtics, the physicality is like nothing to them. Because there was the team before that was so physical with them that when they went to Boston, they're like, oh, they're not really that physical as the team before. So that tells you, like, these guys are going to fight towards the end. And we're talking about guys. Mikal Bridges has been in the finals. Guys have been in the Eastern Conference finals. What's his name?
Josh Hart?
Yes, but no. Karl-Anthony Towns.
Karl-Anthony Towns. Yeah, he was in the Western Conference Finals last year.
Like, all these guys, they want to play, they want to compete, they're going to play. Well, now, if they get it done, hopefully they get it done. If they don't get it done, they're very close. With a player, not player, depends on what they want to do. So I do really believe that series is going to be a tough one. It's going to be very tough.
And it's tough. It's crazy. And
they have 2 games they're playing 2 games in the Garden.
That's what I'm saying.
By the way, I was drafted by the New York Knicks. I played with the Knicks for 2 years.
I have a Knicks story for you after this. But the crazy part to me is that both underdogs are up 2-0 headed home in the East right now.
Are they underdogs, though?
Seeding-wise.
Seeding-wise,
yes. They were on the East. So, I mean, this year, the Cavs are the #1 team in the East.
Yeah.
And they're down 2-0. The Celtics are 2. They're down 2-0.
Yeah.
Like, I just mean underdog in terms of the seeding, but
now
I think the East is so
now again,
close.
you cannot compare the Celtics to the Cavs for 2 reasons. One, obviously, like, they played totally different as a team. Secondly, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, DeAndre Hunter. We're talking about 3 starters out.
And three starters, 3 defensive stars as well,
are out. So you cannot compare those teams because the Celtics. I mean, it was Porzingis out a little bit. He was out.
He missed game 1.
Okay, so that plays a big role because Porzingis can unlock a lot of things on offense. But they shot great second game because somebody was like, "Oh, they missed 45 threes. That will never happen again." They shot great second half, but they still, what happened?
A 29-6 or something run towards the end of the game, and that's how that thing ended. I know people joke like the Nova Knicks, blah blah blah. They all played together in college.
No, it's not. It's not that. It's not just that. It's not just.
No, I'm saying there is something. that program, I think, just kind of created the mentality that some of these guys have. Like, Josh Hart, to me, is one of my favorite players to watch. And he's not going to have, like, mixtapes like that. He just does a little bit of everything really, really well.
Yeah.
And at a competitive level. Mikal Bridges, kind of the same deal, just a little bit more of a shooter.
Yeah.
And then Jalen Brunson, I've said this on our audio podcast before, like, when he signed for the big contract he signed leaving Dallas to go to New York, I was like, that's a lot of money for a smaller guard. I've never been more wrong about, like, Jalen Brunson is one of my favorite players to watch.
Bro, you gotta understand.
Right
I am telling you, this is not even an exaggeration. When you have that mixture, and like you have a certain way of like family and literally family in the team, because his dad is a coach.
His dad's a coach for the
like literally family. This is the way we want. I'm telling you, this is a recipe for success. Like you have this, because if you think about it, when we were playing together, right, and we won games, and we were playing like in past 6 years. What? Apart from this last year, we've been top 3 in the East, top 2 in the East.
Top 3 or 2, yeah, 2
Why?
for sure.
Because it does play a big chemistry at all. Because you already have three or four guys who are cohesive. They know where everybody's coming from, so there's no trouble in that. So obviously when they're brothers, that's even better. So now that is a great recipe for success when you connect those two. Now, let me tell you one thing. And we can move on to the next, which I'm assuming the next is probably the Pacers and the Cavs you want to talk about.
Yeah, we'll get into them a little bit.
Yeah. So it's the opportunity. You have 2 games in Boston. You have 2 games now in New York. New York is going to get rowdy. Like, he has to get rowdy. Like, this is their opportunity. Like, I've said this. I have a lot of people who've been supporting me since my Knicks days and everything. You have an opportunity right now. Take advantage of this. Don't mess around. Take advantage of this. And then we go next.
I'm excited to see that. The Knicks thing I had for you was, you were obviously drafted by them. It's very simple.
Yeah.
So you've played for the Knicks. You were drafted by them. But if you try to customize a jersey, because you can't just so you go and they're like, oh, you want any player in Knicks history?
Yeah.
Go and customize it. Your last name on a Knicks jersey, any number right now, they won't let me make it.
Why? Why do you think that is?
I don't know why. That is.
I don't know.
They let me do it for the Spurs, but
I don't know.
I tried to do it, so I was then, because I was trying to create one of those and then have them ship us one, and they're like, nah, you can't do this. I was like, no, you guys don't understand. This isn't for Giannis. You guys I'm on the phone with the NBA store. I'm like, no, he was drafted by. There's a photo. He played for the Knicks.
Wow.
And
number 51. Second round pick, number 51, 2014. By the way, it was a huge thing, by the way, right? Because Giannis was playing for the Bucks. He was barely playing. He was playing for the Bucks. And wasn't doing good. So when I got drafted to the Knicks, it was huge back home. I was like, oh my God, New York. Oh, he's gonna be in New York. And I loved it. I embraced it. Like, I didn't, I had the Knicks tape vets. I didn't have the. Now I had the Melo.
I said, who's your vet?
Melo, JR, Mon, you know what I'm saying? Amare Stoudemire. Like, those all were the Knicks tape. Yeah, my vet. So it was dope.
We're here at Antetokounmpo's for the next about 45 minutes. This is Thanalysis Live on ESPN Wisconsin, presented as always by Gruber Law Offices and Potawatomi Casino Hotel. We're going to talk more NBA and your questions after the break. You're listening to ESPN Wisconsin.
Follow at Thanalysis Show on Instagram, YouTube, and all social platforms. Presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel.
Make plans to stop by Third Ward Beer Garden at Catalano Square. Experience Milwaukee's favorite beer garden, the perfect spot to meet up with friends in the Third Ward. Open Wednesday through Sunday with live music Thursday through Saturday. Good times and great vibes await at Third Ward Beer Garden.
I've had a number of surgeries, and frankly, I don't have time to rehab a surgery and an operation at this point in my life. I didn't want to take time off my kids' activities.
That's why former college and pro football player Bobby Carpenter turned to QC Kinetics. We couldn't be happier saving our patients like him from operating rooms and long recoveries.
I've been able to resume normal activity for me, which is a lot of running. It's a lot of workouts. I've been very, very blessed with how it's been able to hold up.
For so long, patients have accepted surgery as the only solution. But with new technologies, the medical professionals at QC Kinetics use use regenerative treatments, your body's own biologics to help heal and restore knees, hips, shoulders, and backs.
I actually ran into a friend of mine over at our golf course, and he had his knee done. It felt so well. He'd got his shoulder done. He goes, I can't thank you enough. He'd heard the commercial on the air, and so it's feeling great.
Find out how you can avoid surgery and finally get relief. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
For general contest rules, visit ESPNWisconsinContest.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Brian Balaga here for my new friends at Surfside. There's only one thing better than Surfside and golf, and that's Surfside iced teas and lemonade plus vodka on the golf course. This golf season, there's no better drink to enjoy on the golf course. Surfside is light, refreshing, and made with real vodka and real brewed tea. Plus, there's only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. Cheers to hitting the fairway and cheers to Surfside. It's tea time. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, old T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, I mean, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Buying and selling a home can be a stressful process. Hey, it's Jen Latta from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. The We Sell group at Keller Williams has a goal of making it stress-free for everyone. Their passion is people, their availability is unmatched, something I'm experiencing firsthand while I search for a lake home to enjoy Wisconsin summers even more. Rob and Nick are there every step of the way, not just for their sellers, but also to potential buyers and their agents to bring in as many strong offers as possible. Get started today at wesell.kw.com. That's wesell.kw.com.
Let's talk about home turf. Your lawn is a reflection of your pride, hard work, and even competitive spirit. If you want a yard that makes the neighbors stop and stare, you need the right plan. That's where Weedman Lawn Care comes in. Weedman's lawn care program is kid and pet friendly, uses golf course quality fertilizer, and has an effective weed treatment to dominate any issue. Get a free quote of Weedman's winning formula for your yard at weedman.com and get 50% off your first treatment. That's weedman.com. Weedman for the win.
I feel so stuck.
The Veterans Crisis Line is here for you. Dial 988, then press 1 to call.
Listen to Thanalysis Show on the ESPN Wisconsin app, presented by Gruber Law Offices.
Thanalysis live on ESPN Wisconsin. I'm Tony Cartagena, joined by Thanalysis Antetokounmpo. You can listen to the podcast, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, at Thanalysis Show. Check us out there. Check us out social media, Instagram, Twitter. You guys know the deal, YouTube. But we are live from Antetokounmpo's right across from Pfizer Forum until 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock, the sale is done. The 50% offer is off the table.
No, not the sale. Not only the sale. I'm leaving. That's why the sale is done, because I'm going to leave. I'm not going to. But as long as I'm here, it's 50% off. Whatever you guys get, I got to give you guys something for sure. Thank you guys for supporting, always being, and do not take this for granted. Before we start the show, do they want to bring in the guest? And I got to give him the intro.
Give him the intro.
From the Milwaukee. Oh, should I say Sentinel? Should I say Journal Sentinel? Journal Sentinel?
Plug it that way.
No, I'm not going to say it. From the Milwaukee, you all know who it is. Jimmy Horsowski.
Yeah, we got a crowd here.
That was a first. That was a first.
Are the people normally booing you, or how does that work?
I mean, maybe.
Depends on what you write that day.
But that, yeah. Thank you for that.
Thanks for having me.
Jim Ozarski here from the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel on Thanalysis Live. And I guess the easy question is, how's your offseason going to be, buddy?
Look, I'm back in the gym.
Oh, okay.
You know, nobody pays me to be in the gym. So I'm back in the gym. You know, golf game is that's what I do. So, you know, the sticks are back in the hand. So, I mean, that works for me. But, you know, I mean, of course, we'd all like to be covering basketball a little bit longer. But, you know, spring has sprung in Milwaukee, right? It's like 42 at night and 58 during the day.
It's been pretty nice, that's for sure.
Nice.
Do you consistently check your phone for breaking news and things
That's
like
that? That's what I want to say. Like, I want to go to the juicy stuff. What is going on around the league? Who is saying what? Who is traded? What is going on? What is the rumors?
I have Google Alerts set up for Thanalysis only.
There you go.
Thank you.
So you see a lot of the podcasts.
Yes, a lot of podcasts. Honestly, like, it's – look, I know there's Bucks fans here, Bucks fans listening. Like, it's going to be a quiet summer. I'm doing air quotes. I don't think they can see me. But, like, I mean, John Horst was quietly extended in the playoffs. As of now, I mean, there's no head coaching rumors, issues, things like that. I mean, there's one draft pick. So, I mean, really, once you get to late June, I mean, honestly, I know national media folks may not like that, but it feels like it's going to be kind of, get to free agency, trading time. Like, I don't, but yeah, in season, of course, it's, you know, you're kind of on the phone all the time.
Yes. No, I agree with you. I mean, the only part I don't agree with you, I don't think it's going to be a quiet summer, but that's just me. That's just me saying it. Now, you can take that however you want to take it, but that doesn't necessarily mean what I'm trying to – that doesn't mean.
Let me clarify, because then that way it might change your version of what a quiet summer means.
He just gave us all a headache.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying in general for the league and the NBA, it's going to be crazy. Man.
I mean – hashtag this league, right? Like, it's always crazy. I'm speaking Milwaukee Bucks specifically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think, things will be made. The team will change, as it always does. But when we say quiet summer, of course, Bucks fans and national, it's like you're talking about top-down type of, changes, or earthquakes, et cetera, et cetera. Top-down meaning GM, head coach, and the big fella.
For
and
sure.
that's in place. Okay. And so I think, once you get to free agency, you're right, Thanalysis, I mean, you're a free agent. You're available, so it'll be great.
No, the only reason I'm saying that is because of, think about the Bucks, right? How the Bucks constructed. Like, they have, quote-unquote, 7 free agents, right? Not quote-unquote. They have 3 guys who are player option, and they have 4 guys who are legit, almost free agents. So it's going to be a little bit of shake to see, shake the tree. Is that expression you guys use that? In Greek, we say
shake a tree.
You shake the tree and see what's right, what's what. You know what I'm saying? You kind of see what happens. Now around the league, it's another thing.
Before you go around the league, Jim, you mentioned 7 players, 3 player options, 4 free agents. Who are those guys?
Okay, so the player options: Pat Connaughton, Bobby Portis Jr., Kevin Porter Jr.
Oh, and Kevin Porter Jr. Okay.
And Kevin Porter Jr. The free agents unrestricted would be Brook Lopez, Gary Trent Jr., Taurean Prince, and I'm missing somebody. Now I'm blank. I know Ryan Rollins is an unrestricted free agent, or a restricted free agent. I'm sorry. So there's a qualifying offer that's got to go in there as well. So I mean, there's AJ Green's up for an extension.
Yeah.
And the Bucks would have to guarantee his deal going forward. So, no, you're right, TA. Moves can be made.
Yeah, moves can be made to extend. But I was just saying that across the league, I wasn't just talking about the Bucks. But if you're talking about the Bucks, I mean that's the situation. But across the league, think about this. Think about how many players was disgruntled, that felt some type of way during the season, right? And so we have literally had some active players, which. What's the word you use in rumors said or alleged, however you want to, whatever you want to say, they wanted to get traded, right? And we're talking about from the Jimmy Butlers of the world who actually got traded to, to the whole situation with the Suns and
Kevin Durant, that was a big name out there,
and everything, and now, who knows? Maybe it's changed now. Maybe stuff has changed now, or however the situation was at the time. But there is going to be not a weird summer, but you have this new generation coming into the league, right? You have the Cooper Flags and the Harpers and everybody else who was coming into the league and AJ and the other guys were coming in, and then you have another group which is like the free agents, right? Who different teams. And what about the guys who play overseas? Like there's a lot of names who were notable, right? From the Kendrick Nuns of the world, the who else was it? It wasn't one Kendrick Nunn. It was somebody else I talked about. I was like, hey, I could see it. From Paris Basketball. He played for Thiago. Okay. Shout out to Thiago Splitter, by the way. He had an amazing job this year. Played amazing. Coached amazing. Those kids to the Final 8. So, but yeah, this is what I basically mean, because you always go for the quiet summer, and that's when the
it'll be. And look, I mean, people thought the trade deadline would be pretty quiet with the restrictions of the new CBA, and not to bore people on that, but it plays a role. But you're right, though. Like, if a deal can be made, it will be made. It might just take 2 or 3 teams. And so, no, you're right. Yeah, I mean, this fact alone, if you want to start with the Kevin Durant, I mean, there's names like that. And again, there's new GMs on teams. There are new coaches on teams already, and you just never know. That changes things.
New GMs?
In Sacramento, in Atlanta,
New Orleans.
New Orleans has a new GM.
So who went to Atlanta?
They promoted from within. I would mispronounce his name.
Okay. What about New Orleans?
New Orleans is Joe Dumars, and then he brought it.
New Orleans, Joe Dumars.
Yeah, it's like executive VP.
What about
Troy Weaver was brought in. Sacramento is, I believe, Scott Perry, who was with them years ago. So I mean, so when you're talking about,
that's a great move, by the way. I'll tell you why after when you're done.
No, so what I'm about to say, where it's like quiet in Milwaukee, is because quiet means continuity.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, right? Yeah. Where all this other stuff, when you have new GMs, new coaches, that changes things. What you thought settled or consistent can now change.
No, I agree 100%. And Joe Dumars. So you said Joe Dumars is in New Orleans, right?
Yeah, like the head of basketball.
Yeah. So no. I'm telling you, it plays a big role when you're hiring all these GMs, because they're old school, right? And old school means 2 things: slow the pace, physicality. And the NBA's changed. We see like this whole ad of like, hey, we're gonna be more physical, and obviously some teams that you can't be physical with and stuff like that, but. Like you saw Detroit, you saw the Knicks, all these teams like just getting more physical towards the East. So that's going to play a big role if it's like that throughout the whole league. Like whole league's going to change towards. I do really believe that. By the way,
I mean,
slow the pace.
It's an element of defense, right? And if the official or if the league will allow officials to allow players to play,
yes.
But I think invariably, I mean, you're still going to see a lot of offense in the regular season, and then kind of what we're seeing now. How many under 100-point games have there been in just 1.5 rounds of the playoffs?
The final score the other day, 90-91.
Yeah, I could give you the best example. One game was 90-91, which was the Knicks Celtics, and the next game across was the Oklahoma City Thunder scored 87 points in the first half.
Yep.
In the first half. That. So that's a great disparity, but. In the West, it's just a battle of talent. In the East right now, it's the battle between grit and analytics. That's the thing. That's between the scene people don't see that about. They think it's just Boston and New York, right? But they're not seeing it's like literally it's a battle between analytics and like grit and heart, right? So those things are battling today to see like who's gonna come up. And I guarantee you, I'm an analytics guy, right? I'm definitely one of them. But I'm also big on heart. I cannot measure this, right? And what you're willing to give, or how far you're willing to go win a championship, to go win this stuff. So you see that battle right now in front of us, and people, some people will notice this, some people don't. I want to study the game, but that is the battle that's happening right now. That's what we're watching between the Knicks and the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's a copycat league.
Yes.
The Celtics did their thing.
Yes.
And you saw a lot of teams take more threes. If they go down the other way, if the variance in the analytics of the 3 is greater than 2, greater than 1, doesn't work, and they go out in the second round, does it change things to a degree? I mean, you look at a Detroit, look, the Pacers are not a team that puts up 63s, right? They're going to be a conference finalist 2 years in a row now. I would put the Pacers more in that gritty, grindy thing as opposed to an analytics. I don't know if you. You're right.
Yeah, you definitely get obviously greedy and grind in certain positions, but you cannot put them in the same level as New York or as I really believe this. I think like even the Bucks are very, very like greedy and but you know obviously you got to be playing the certain guys for them to show that on the court, right? Now I'll tell you one thing. The Pacers are a hybrid between those. That's how we used to be. We used to have the shots after 2021. Like 2020, we was the Celtics. 2020, we was the Robin 3 threes, Thanalysis 4 threes, Kyle Korver 8 threes, Wesley Matthews 6 threes, Edison Ilyasova 4 threes, George Hill 4 threes, Bledsoe 5 threes. Chris Middleton 6 threes.
I think Giannis was taking 4 threes a game.
Yeah, no, Giannis was taking 4 to 5 threes per game. You remember he had the game against the Clippers, and he was just against the Lakers and Clippers.
I will never forget the game against the Lakers where he hit 5 of them.
Yes.
And I think it might have been DJ Wilson. He put the crown on his head.
Yeah, just going
into the timeout.
I'm here.
That pissed off a lot of people.
No. You know, that's another story. That's a whole podcast on its own. Guys, tune in.
I'll write it down. We will talk about that ASAP.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is it's very, very important to understand. Like I've seen this before. Like this is who we are. We were like 2020, right? And we were hitting those shots and those threes, and then 2021 we adapted to that and said we're going to be hybrid. We're going to shoot as much threes, and we're going to push the pace. It wasn't about the threes; it was about the pace and about our defense. And once we got greedy, we won the championship with the worst offense of all time in the playoffs. Yeah. The worst offense.
It was a struggle to watch. I mean,
it was a struggle to watch, but we won. You know why? Because we definitely was play defense and push the pace. Now, are the Knicks very fun to watch when they play offense?
Not right now.
Exactly.
I mean, during the regular season, I think they have one of the top scoring teams, top offenses. But right now, it's
So you're seeing this. You're seeing the shift. So now between the Boston and the Knicks on the world that I was playing right now is another battle. What's happening within the two styles of basketball. They're like, I'm gonna jog up the shots because there's a difference between fast and in a hurry. Like the fast is like boom, 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 boom. We shoot it, right? We move the defense. That's fast. But it's in a hurry. We just come in and jack up shots. That's in a hurry. That's not. Even if it goes in, it's still, for us, it's not the best option. It doesn't matter who does it.
You're listening to Thanalysis live on ESPN Wisconsin. I want to continue this conversation as we look ahead at the rest of the NBA playoffs. Yeah. NBA Finals right around the corner. We're going to have the Eastern and Western Conference Finals in just a week or so. Jim, you got another segment in you?
If you'll have me.
Please. I'm sorry.
we are live from Antetokounmpo's. Tony Cartagena, Thanasis Antetokounmpo, and Jim Ozarski from the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. We'll be back right after the break.
You're listening to Gruber Law Office's Thanalysis, presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel.
Who's looking for a better deal? Well, Cousin Sub's $10 meal deals just got better. Available online only. Order your 7.5-inch meal deal today and upgrade it with a large fountain beverage, large fry, regular shake, or regular Wisconsin cheese curds. Prices vary by item from $1 to $2 a piece. Make it better and make it your own way. Now that's a better deal. For further details or to order, go to cousinsubs.com or on the mobile app. Cousin Subs. We believe in better. Available online at participating locations only. Offer subject to change without notice.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so that you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
A suicide on a team is devastating and a real risk for veterans. If you or someone you know is struggling, taking action for mental health is a brave step. Reach out now at reachoutwis.org for local resources available to you and your loved ones.
Paid for by Advancing a Healthier Wisconsin Endowment with support by the Medical College of Wisconsin, the War Memorial Center, and reachoutwis.org.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Bruss talking about our friends at Road America, America's national park of speed. Get out of your house this summer and go to Road America, located conveniently between Green Bay and Milwaukee and Elkhart Lake. Come see a race at the legendary 4-mile, 14-turn road circuit that has hosted some of the best races since 1955. Spring Vintage Weekend with the SVRA is up next on May 16th through the 18th. Camp on site all weekend and enjoy free admission for kids 16 and under with a paying adult at the gate. Come for the experience and stay for the race. Get your tickets at roadamerica.com.
When having new Pella windows and doors installed at your home, you get the full Pella experience. That means we're with you from start to finish. Our team doesn't disappear after the work is done. Just like with Vinny, your Pella experience starts with a free in-home consultation.
It was a really comfortable kitchen table chat. We knew Pella was going to get it right the first time, and they designed a project with us. They didn't just replace our windows and doors.
With customizations driving limitless possibilities, our Pella experts truly listen to your vision, just as we did with Nicole.
I felt like they really listened to us. There are so many options that are available, so it was nice to have someone narrow those down, offer some suggestions, and they made sure that the design was what we wanted.
Don't wait any longer, because right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get 0% financing for up to 6 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 5/31/2025.
In Minnesota, you can get the hottest concert ticket in town.
Thanks everybody for being here.
While eating some of the best food in the nation.
I think I've said yum like 85 times.
Plan your trip at exploreminnesota.com. Whether fishing, floating, or boating, in Minnesota, lakes aren't just a destination.
Nice walleye.
They're a way of life.
The water is so clean and so clear, it's quite magical.
See what makes Minnesota the star of the North at exploreminnesota.com.
Gruber Law Office's Thanalysis is supported by the Prisoner Wine Company, Candy Funhouse, and McDonald's.
Σήκωσα πάνω το beach, πάνω σημαία κάπα enemies. Δεν θα είχε γίνει ποτέ, άμα δεν το είχαμε κάνει εμείς. 20 κάπα το beat, 500 αλλά 5 για φιλμ. Αυτά που ζω δεν είναι real, που και που κάνω το χέρι μου pinch. Τις επιλογές πιασεύουμε, οπότε δεν λέω καμία πρώην bitch.
We are live in front of an audience that TA is dancing in front of. I just wanted to let the beat build a little bit there. This is Thanalysis live on ESPN Wisconsin. Tony Cartagena, Thanalysis Antetokounmpo. And we got another segment out of Jim Ozarski from the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. We're live from Antetokounmpo's, where for the next 23 minutes, 50% off anything Antetokounmpo's branded while TA is in the store. The show goes till 8. That means he's going to be in the store till 8. And we, 50% off because he's playing Santa Claus today.
No. Just want to show my appreciation for you guys. I love you guys. And thank you so much for continuing supporting me and my family, whatever we do. Thank you guys so much. It doesn't matter where we are in the world. You guys keep supporting us and you keep giving us your heart. You guys have our heart. So I don't take this for granted.
We do have studio audience here, essentially. So round of applause for everyone here, too. Just came out to watch this radio broadcast. So one of the things we were talking about, you just mentioned it, so I'm just going to segue right into it. So you just said the people here, let's just Milwaukee specifically, always support what you and your family do, and that is very evident by what's across the street from us, which is Pfizer Forum, and the arena that was built while the team went from drafting Giannis in 2013 to MVP years to obviously an NBA champion. And we have an upcoming episode of the podcast with the president of the Bucks, Peter Fagan. We put it out on Twitter yesterday. People were sending in questions. And he told you the stadium holds 17,500, so 17,500 fans. And then he told you the average attendance is about 17,000. And your eyes lit up.
Yeah, because that means we're sold out every game. And I obviously took the story off air about how we came back and how I saw the stuff, how I saw the team when I came 2019, 2020 after the Instagram song. But I wanted to ask him, how was it when, not when Giannis came in, how was it when Jabari came into the team?
Yeah, it was interesting. Look, the city was excited because there was a lot to that. It wasn't just Jabari Parker.
Yeah.
That was a movement of the fan base really wanting Senator Cole to sell the team. A new ownership to come in their view, invest in a way. And while credit to Brandon Jennings, love Brandon, we get along great, but like the Bucks and Six thing, which now is a brand and so famous, that back then was not it was a weird sort of rallying cry. It wasn't as positive, let's put it that way, as it is now.
People laughed at him the first time.
Yeah,
I was there the first time he said it.
Yeah, and so like that, so and then the team tanking, like fans were behind that actually to get a what they thought a generational star, which is funny because you had Chris Middleton and Giannis. You didn't know what was happening there, but so it was going to be this top pick, and so I remember covering a lottery watch party, right? And people were really excited about that. Jabari had a great season.
Yeah.
I'm from Chicago, the South Side. I knew of Jabari coming up. Like he was kind of checked all the boxes. So it was a new dawn, I guess. I think a lot of people thought that's what was going to happen with Jabari because it was this new ownership. It was this new player, a new coach, like kind of all that stuff.
And that was the guy Bucks fans wanted. So they had the second pick that year, and it was like, all right, are the Cavs going to take Andrew Wiggins or are they going to take Jabari Parker? And a lot of Bucks fans, at least the ones I was talking to at the time when we were in college, were just like, Jabari's that guy. Like, we want the Cavs to take
And
Andrew
Joel
Wiggins.
was in that mix.
And Joel
was hurt.
Yeah, but he had the foot injury, so people were like, but Jabari was
crazy.
the guy.
You know, like I was in that draft. So when I was doing all this stuff, I was like in that draft, which is crazy. And
I was the one saying, don't let him fall to the second round, take him number 2 overall. But, no one believed me that.
But I want to still go back to the fact, you're from Southside Chicago?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So after Jabari, who else came to the team? It was Bledsoe. How was when Bledsoe came to the team?
So that
big day.
Yeah, that was
before that was the signing of Greg Monroe.
Yeah, I remember.
That was
I remember that.
And so Eric was acquired kind of late in the 17 season, right? And then Jay Kidd was fired. Joe Prunty comes in. So there was just so again, I think it was like a transition of at times. Obviously, at that point, no one knew Mike Budenholzer would be coming in the next year.
Okay.
Giannis was an all-star, right? That was his
first
all-star. So like you're maybe seeing as an organization this player sort of develop in a way. And so I think, at the time, John Horst, very young GM, starting to find players that can maybe fit around Giannis and Chris's skill sets. Greg Monroe, though, it's funny he mentions that no one ever signed in Milwaukee as an unrestricted free agent.
No.
And so, like, Greg's taking the deal and coming here. He was
he was really good. He was a big name people knew. They had his opening press conference at the public market so people could come and, welcome him to Milwaukee. And I remember there being billboards, and it was just it felt like Milwaukee is now entered the chat to be a free agent destination.
And so that I think that era, post Jabari, so obviously Jabari gets hurt, and all of that goes wrong for him, but Giannis and Chris are sort of ascending. So that era, I think, that mid-2010s, whatever, shows the Bucks starting to get better. And, they were getting knocked out in the first round, but you were seeing seeds of, this could be seen.
There was a round series against the Raptors where Giannis, I think they played Saturday at noon, but it was on TV, and the Bucks beat the Raptors, and that was Giannis's national coming out party to the league. It's wild how we say he was an all-star for the first time, whether it's 17 or 18. As a Bucks fan, we had an all-star in 2004 in Michael Redd, and then just casually didn't have one for 15 years. Right. And it was and now it's almost of course Giannis is an all-star. What do you mean? It's 9 in a row, 10 in a row.
No, I know, but think about that. So when was that? This first all-star was 2017?
I think so.
So if it's 2017, how old is Giannis? He just 30.
So he was still 22, 23.
No, this man.
So he went from a most improved player into
Yes. Which is
but
crazy.
This is all within the past 10 years. It's wild.
22.
For the people in the
not
city.
Even 22. Yeah, 22, 21 and a half, 22. Yeah.
Yeah, for the people in the city to see that, just the way that has played out is incredible.
It's amazing. What about Bledsoe? When Bledsoe came to the Bucks, what was the feel then?
I think it was just kind of that same the next. Okay, well, look, I think Eric in Phoenix was a borderline all-star, right?
Yes.
A 20-point-a-game scorer is out west. Like, what do you know of him, right? Had never earned any all-defensive honors or any, So I think fairly highly paid back then, $15 million a year.
Yeah, no, he was like a name. It was like,
Right.
hey, we're getting names. And I forget how the trade really went down, but it was just like, all right, now the Bucks have a name at point guard and he was a Rich Paul guy at the time, so he was on LeBron's team, so like people really knew who he was. They just didn't really watch him play ball, and then it was like, oh, he's here?
Yeah.
He's a Buck? Like, that doesn't happen.
Hey, so look at the reason I'm getting my point somewhere. So, how was it when we got Drew? What was the feel when we got Drew?
So it's interesting because it was in the pandemic.
Yes.
So everyone's sitting at home watching that. So that's twofold. It was John Horst making a big swing, and look, everything revolves around the son, S-U-N, of Giannis Antetokounmpo. And at that time, people then were already for 3 years, where's Giannis going to go? He's going to leave, the stuff we hear today. And so there was the symbol of Drew Holiday, and the symbol was the Bucks going all in to acquire this other player who could maybe convince him to sign the Supermax. So it was sort of this like domino effect of Drew is acquired. Again, Drew had one All-Star appearance like years before in Philly, was kind of languishing in New Orleans. I don't know how many Bucks fans were like, Drew Holiday's the missing piece. But they were excited because it was a very good player, point guard, a little more offensive than Bled, and then, Giannis is going to stay. So I think it was a combo.
So let me tell you my experience. My experience was we traded our whole bench. Like, guys, we were like this because what was happening is 2020, we were supposed to win. This is not I would say this, and I will say this again. And anybody who can say whatever they want to say. 2010, we went to that bubble. Before we went to that bubble, we were supposed to cakewalk, not win. This is not even an exaggeration because the way we played, right? Cool, everything happened. So when Drew Holiday came to the team, and the reason I'm going to get to my point why I'm saying that about everybody. When Drew came to the team, I was like, okay, I've seen him play. But the thing that stuck out for me was a guy who was ready to stop playing because of his family. I don't know if you remember this. He was about to stop playing because his family, he was having some health issues and stuff like that. So he was like, I'm going to give everything up for my family. So when I heard that, I was like, oh my God, this guy is special. I don't know his game. I don't know his game, but this guy is special. When I saw him in training camp and we went through the games, and I was like, this guy will carry the rope with us. We will drag till our hands bleed because that's the guys you want to have with you. It doesn't matter how we feel, right? And I was like, oh my God, okay, good. So he ended up blessed by God. We win the championship. Same thing. Now, vice versa. I want you to tell me now, what was the feel when Dame came to the team?
So Dame, again, it all revolves around Giannis. Giannis is extension eligible. He's, it's now, second round and out, first round and out. Doesn't matter about injuries, right? Because it's where can he go and all these things. So the trade happens. Obviously, look, Drew is a Milwaukee all-timer here, both in the community
100%.
And on the team. So there was, I know for a fact there are fans who are still heartbroken he is not here. However, Damian Lillard is like, you cannot write the history of the game without him as a chapter,
for sure,
right? And so, look, that kind of player again being acquired by the Milwaukee Bucks, I think still is shocking to folks, like on a fan level, a city, like, oh my God, this guy's here, and then Giannis Antetokounmpo signs another extension. Oh, Giannis is staying. Like, so it's all woven into that stuff. So, and I think with Dame, it's like anything else on paper, point guard, big man, 2 top 75 guys, like, let's go. Like, that was, to me, for as heartbroken as it was, like, if my team, speaking as like a Bucks fan, if I'm going to trade, if I'm going to break up the championship core but it's for that guy. like it's like okay, right? It wasn't just
I agree.
Yeah. So that's how I viewed it, or at least how it was kind of communicated to me from the fan base.
Yes, I agree. Drew Holiday agrees. I mean, he says it like, bro, that's I get that.
If you're going to get traded for anybody,
I get why.
Lillard. I want to finish. I want you to get to your point on the other side. I got to get one more break in here.
Oh,
shoot. This is the live part versus the podcast part.
My fault.
So we're going to take one more quick break, and then TA here is going to get to the Giannis part of this. The whole deal right after we're live from
Jim, you got the next break?
Man.
Okay, let's do it.
I just volunteered Jim to stick around. My bad. All right, 10 more minutes of the show coming up after the break.
Follow at Thanalysis Show on Instagram, YouTube, and all social platforms. Presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel.
At Gruber Law Offices, our biggest priority is the care and service we provide to our clients. We know accidents can be overwhelming, and we're here to help every step of the way. Call now. One call, that's all.
What fills your cup? Those things, big and small, that make each day rewarding. Here's what fills our cup at Educators Credit Union. When you walk in the lobby and see your favorite teller, cultivating financial literacy to build stronger communities. When we help you buy a home when you didn't think it was possible. The best part? Seeing you leave with a smile because we made a difference in your life. It fills our cup to see you succeed because we're more than a financial. We're people helping people. Educators Credit Union. Achieving more together. Insured by NCUA.
Let's talk about home turf. Your lawn is a reflection of your pride, hard work, and even competitive spirit. If you want a yard that makes the neighbors stop and stare, you need the right plan. That's where Weedman Lawn Care comes in. Weedman's lawn care program is kid and pet friendly, uses golf course quality fertilizer, and has an effective weed treatment to dominate any issue. Get a free quote of Weedman's winning formula for your yard at weedman.com and get 50% off your first treatment. That's weedman.com. Weedman for the win.
Escape the city and relax at Lake Lawn Resort in beautiful Delavan, Wisconsin. Enjoy outdoor activities on Delavan Lake. Tee off at the lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course or unwind at the award-winning Calidora Spa. With both indoor and outdoor pools, there's fun for the whole family. Take a cruise on the Lake Lawn Queen. Explore stunning shores and historic landmarks and enjoy delicious food and drinks on board. Book your stay today at lakelawnresort.com, where everything is better at the lake.
They say seeing is believing. And when you check out what's waiting for you at American Place Casino, you'll definitely believe you'll love it. From thrilling gaming to top-notch service, we're changing the game. Come play all your favorites like blackjack, craps, roulette, and the latest slots. Catch a game at the sportsbook, enjoy great restaurants, bars, and more. If you're ready for excitement, exceptional service, and an experience you'll never forget, then we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game. Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER.
Slide into your neighborhood Century Food Store to score the freshest produce, tastiest treats, and everything in between. Now through Wednesday, save on gallon selected varieties Prairie Farms white or chocolate milk, $3.99. 59 to 64 ounce selected varieties silk milk, 2 for $7. 6 to 9 count selected varieties Blue Bunny novelties, 2 for $7. 10 to 12 ounce or count selected varieties Green Mountain Coffee, $5.99.
Let's get some strawberries.
Attention shoppers. Safe.
Okay. Ooh, pineapple fulfills every need.
While you're shopping, a drive way back, it's a gunner.
There's something goofy going on with the PA.
Need a price check and I'll take me out to the ball game.
See, what is going on?
You're hearing things. We're at Century Foods, and you can't take your mind off winning that ultimate baseball fan sweepstakes.
I'm hoping to throw out the first pitch at a Milwaukee baseball game.
Or attend batting practice.
Or hold the finish line ribbon for the racing sausages.
You don't say.
The ultimate baseball fan sweepstakes at Century Foods. Enter on Century's Facebook or Instagram by July 30th.
Hey, it's Brad Nortman, and I've got to tell you about my go-to car wash, Tsunami Express. Get your ride looking its best and ride the wave at Tsunami Express Car Wash, Milwaukee's fan favorite for that perfect shine. Sign up for a monthly membership and enjoy unlimited washes for less than $1 a day. Skip the wait with the fast lane and take advantage of great perks. With locations in Midtown Milwaukee, Waukesha, Greenfield, Oak Creek, and Mount Pleasant, Tsunami Express has you covered. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat. Visit TsunamiExpress.com to learn more.
Station updates, show clips, and your place to interact with us every single day just by scrolling through your feed. Follow along on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at ESPN Milwaukee. Listen to Thanalysis Show on the ESPN Wisconsin app, presented by Gruber Law Offices.
Girls in my crib, 0 Snapchat, 0 Instagram posting.
The vibe might start falling like London Bridge. I don't care.
One final segment here on Thanalysis Live, the radio edition, live from Antetokounmpo's right across from Pfizer Forum. Open for a couple more minutes. It is myself, Tony Cartagena, Thanasis Antetokounmpo, making his way back to the microphone here, and we're going to have Jim Owczarski finish the show with us. We have about 5 minutes left in today's show, and Jim, before TA works his way back over here, how many times a day do you get asked the magical question, the question that people are just asking nonstop in this city?
What's the question?
You know what the question is.
What's the question?
I asked Jim how many times a day does he get asked by fans the question of what this team is going to look like next year.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's not the team.
Yeah.
And, I mean, look, I just had was just talking to a great listener and reader.
Shout out to him.
I worked in Cincinnati for a handful of years, and I just got off the phone with folks down there, and literally that was
people
the
in
first
Cincinnati
question.
asking you?
Yeah, and they don't even have, they don't even have an NBA team. So it's just
they're trying to build one just to get in the mix.
Yeah.
All right, we got a couple minutes left here, TA. I know you had a couple more questions for Jim.
So, I asked, what was the feel when Damian Lillard came to the team? And the reason I asked that is because in any team, there's always going to be hard decisions to be made, and, you see the next day, right? And the next day was that we saw a guy who, even like now that he was ready to pull the rope with us, ready to have his hands bleed. Like he came back from a blood clot and then tore his Achilles. And I can speak to this because I tore my Achilles, and I know what that means, man. I know what it means. This is not something disease. You really gotta put your heart in. And this guy left with a smile, and his only sadness was I can't compete. It wasn't like, oh my God, I shouldn't have done this. It was just I can't compete. And I don't think that's being highlighted enough for me. That's why I wanted to get. This is the point of the story I wanted to get, is because everybody, they want to build teams, they want to do all these things, and it's great, But like the guys who you always want to go for, it's not only based on talent. It's not only based on the ability. It's based on the heart and the ability, what they bring to the table. That's why every team says about Giannis and everything. Because if I give an example and I go like, hey, Dirk Nowitzki was with the Dallas Mavericks for 20 years, and nobody said nothing to him. Nobody said, oh, well. It's not because it was a big team. It's not because only that is a big market. It does play a big role. Like, let's say, even if it was a shoe company, even if it was those in the Bucks, it was everything, you would love to have this guy because this guy will give everything he has for you, right? And you know that in a heartbeat. That's not something you won't question. So that's why you want that trade. Not only as an ability and scoring, you want that, and that's why it's so after, like, oh, this is the guy who's going to go to war, and then when stuff doesn't go well, he's not going to bounce in the first time. He's going to try again and try again till who knows when, but he's going to try. He's going to give everything, So that is something that you rarely see in the sports, and it has to do with all the the team, how teams are built and how teams are constructed. But this is the point I was going to make, that you remember when all these guys came in and everybody came in with the right approach to the city. None of them rarely disappointed the city in a bad way. Rarely, right? They came in and they gave everything they had, good or bad, but they gave something to it, So I do want to say that for all the guys who I've been through the Milwaukee Bucks and not only Milwaukee Bucks, this thing, because it's not it would be a really injustice just to say the Bucks. It's the city, man. It's the people behind it. It's the people who work every day and pay, and still find time to pay their money and show up in the games. We're talking about a gym that was 17,500 and had 17 in a year that was.
We want to thank everyone for coming out tonight. That's beautifully said, TA. We can end the show. Mic drop there. Thanks for everyone coming out tonight to Gruber Law Offices, Thanalysis Live.
Thank Jimmy, please.
Jim's work. We one quick shout out to the rest of our partners on the show: McDonald's, the Prisoner Wine Company, Candy Funhouse, Potawatomi Casino Hotel, and as always, as we end every show, TA Gruber Law, one call.
That's all.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day.